Okay, the last type of genetics problem we're going to do is called a dihybrid cross. Di means two, and this means we're going to be crossing two traits at once. We're going to be looking at height, where tall is dominant with big T over short, and flower color, where purple is dominant over white. Okay, so what if we had parents that were heterozygous for both traits? Notice how I keep my T's together when I'm writing the parent, and I always put the dominant trait up front. So both of our parents are heterozygous for both traits, and I know that I'm going to have 4 gametes, and what I'm going to do is take the first letter and put it with the first. That's my first gamete. I'm going to take the first one and put it with the last, the 2 outer ones. Some of you may have heard of the FOIL method. I'm going to take the 2 inner ones. And this time, even though I've been preaching about keeping the dominant letters up front, keep the letters in the same order, regardless of whether it's dominant or recessive for right now. So that's the inner. And then I'm going to do the last, okay? So because our parents are the same, then their gametes are going to be the same, okay? So I'm going to draw a big Punnett square. Okay, so what we have done is make a Punnett square where we have mom's gametes on one side, dad's gametes on the other. And notice how I have begun to combine them. And I want you to keep the T's together and the F's together. And always, 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 within the T's and within the F's, write the dominant trait first. For example, here I wrote big T, big F, little f. Okay, so take a look at this, and I have completed the cross. And you might want to do this for yourself and then compare the answers. But now what we have to do with all these 16 genotypes, we have to find out what their phenotypes are. And I'm going to show you the way that I do it. I start out with each box, and to help me keep up with which ones I have counted, I put a diagonal line through them. And I know that this one is tall purple. So I come right down here and I write that phenotype, tall purple. And I come back up here and I say, okay, this one is also tall purple. I make another mark. Then I come up here and I say, oh, this one's tall purple too. I make another mark. This one's tall purple, and I make another mark, okay? And I continue that until I have analyzed all 16 and written them below. Okay, so now I have finished analyzing all of them, and you can see the tick marks that I put beside each one of them, and then I add up the numbers that I have for each one, and it gives me a ratio of 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. I would encourage you to look online for other genetics problems. Many places also include the answers, and this will be quite helpful to you as you practice.